and the reasons why we changed the way we run the organisation, and particularly about Hope House.
Discussions between staff where it caused the amount of grief we were getting from both angles, from the management, wanting figures we couldn't prove because the client turnover was too quick and we weren't getting monitoring we needed to keep us funding.
Sometimes we were just giving beds out for a day, weren't we?
Yeah, and it was being misused as
the following day and
a docile or to take drugs. We decided that's not what we want, we're here to help people.
What we were doing was kind of like staying in crisis all the time. We weren't really preparing to move people on or prevent homelessness. It was just going round and round the circle. People were treating this as a place just to get their head down, but not as a place for looking at the future and change.
Also, the additional problems we had with some of the rough sleepers who we were giving the donated food and donated sleeping bags and duvets and everything, starting to abuse staff, and then it escalated to abuse of the public, who actually told us that they didn't always feel safe walking past the building. People using the car park opposite to use substances or drink or meet their friends, and it just seemed to be 2 people, 4 people, 12 people.
I felt that some of the fact that they were hanging around here, we were enabling that by continually giving them food when they do have their benefits that they could use to go and buy food elsewhere, and the people, you know, it was also taking away our focus from the clients that were actually paying for a service here, getting that full service from us because we spent so much time dealing with antisocial behaviour on the street.
Experiencing the same impact to the rest of England with Mamba or Spice, and obviously we would have people overdosing across the road in the car park, and sometimes we didn't even know who they were, and obviously we would always phone an ambulance and spend time with them.
You know, when we had the consultant and he did the meeting with the service users, actually the service users highlighted issues about, you know, that it was quite hectic and sometimes they couldn't get to speak to their support worker because that support worker was dealing with somebody that was maybe come to the door. So they wanted something that was more settled. And actually the thing about the food was we used to give food, didn't we? And we used to charge £1 for a meal, but even then people still weren't paying it and were relying on just the donated food. So part of the changes was actually enabling people to have the food, wasn't it, and have the washing and things like that. So the bit that changed was that we stopped giving out food, didn't we, to people that just came to the door for whatever reason, saying they were homeless, and that actually stopped people hanging around the project, stopped the amount of antisocial behaviour on the street, didn't it? Mm-hmm. And what happened inside the hostel was we had to add another charge basically to cover for meals, didn't we? But now we give them all breakfast, dinner and tea, and also
an evening snack.
Yeah.
And 4 hot drinks or squash.
Yeah. And there's also always fruit about, there's always cakes about, biscuits about that they can have in between times, so it's not.
They're not toiletries, there's no dispute about, so hygiene has gone up in the place.
They're allowed access to the laundry all the time.
Yeah.
Any time they want to use the laundry, they can use the laundry. And for the people who are genuinely seeking a service from us, coming to the door, you know, they may not have a bed here, but we would still provide appointments for them to come so that they can get a shower, they'll get a cup of tea in that time, and also probably go for an assessment for a bed when one becomes available. So we've not completely shut it off for direct access, it's just a bit more structured now so that it doesn't impact on anybody, the service users are.
And the courses, so yeah. We're doing 2 courses every day, aren't we? And a meeting every day, so we're now having the meeting at 10 o'clock straight after breakfast, where everybody's told about what appointments they have, if they're with a key worker or with another agency or with a doctor or whoever, aren't they? And then they're given their task for the day, for the life skills, which are expected to complete during that day, and when the course is, what time and what it's about. And obviously we've had a lot on sort of health and well-being.
They're split into 3 different categories. One's about building core strength and confidence. The second subject's about building interpersonal skills and how to interact with other people in a more positive and productive way. And then the third sort of section of workshops are about how to engage in the outer world, like life coaching, job seeking, and where your place is in the world.